Welcome to the Hall of Shame, where entitlement meets stupidity. These 38 customers thought they were criminal masterminds, but they're really just embarrassments to humanity. From fake allergies to imaginary emotional damage, these people tried every trick in the book to scam their way to free products, and every single one crashed and burned spectacularly. Want to witness the greatest failures in freeloader history? Hit that like button, because once we dive into this cesspool of cheapskate chaos, you'll need proof you're smarter than these people. 1. A man walked into a restaurant and ordered the most expensive steak on the menu. After eating 90% of it, he suddenly discovered a hair on his plate. The problem? Security footage clearly showed him pulling the hair from his own head and placing it on the food. When confronted, he had the audacity to say, "Well, it's still a hair." Security escorted him out. He paid full price plus embarrassment tax. 2. A woman claimed she was deathly allergic to dairy after finishing an entire milkshake. Her plan? Get it for free by threatening a lawsuit. The barista calmly pointed to the ingredient list she'd signed acknowledging before ordering, which literally listed every dairy product. Her response? "I didn't think you'd actually put milk in it." "Ma'am, what did you think a milkshake was made of?" 3. Someone tried to return a laptop to an electronics store claiming it never worked. The catch? Their entire YouTube channel was filmed using that exact laptop, serial number visible in every video. When the manager pulled up their channel on the store computer, the customer's face went through all 5 stages of grief in 10 seconds. They left without another word. 4. A gym member fell on a treadmill and demanded a lifetime free membership for emotional trauma. The gym's response? Security footage showing them deliberately lying down on the moving belt while it was on the slowest setting, clearly staging the fall. They were banned instead. Sometimes karma works fast. 5. A customer claimed their pizza was cold upon delivery, demanding a refund. The delivery driver had body cam footage showing the customer opening a hot, steaming box, saying, "Thanks, looks great," and closing the door. They called 20 minutes later with the complaint. The pizza place sent them a screenshot from the body cam with a note. "Nice try. No refund. Maximum humiliation." 6. Someone bought a designer handbag, used it for a wedding, then tried to return it the next day, claiming it was defective. The defect? "It didn't make me feel as rich as I expected." When told that's not how returns work, they argued, "But it's emotional damage." The store pointed to the champagne stains and wedding confetti still inside the bag. Denied. 7. A man ate an entire pizza except for one slice, then called to complain there was a problem with that last slice. His demand? A full refund plus a free replacement pizza. When asked what was wrong with the slice, he said, "It tasted like I was full." The restaurant manager replied, "Sir, that's called being full." Click. 8. A woman claimed she found glass in her salad at a restaurant. The investigation revealed it was a small piece of ice. When confronted, she doubled down. "Ice is basically glass. They're both clear and hard." "No, ma'am. One is frozen water, and the other is a completely different substance." She was asked to leave and never return. 9. Someone tried to return a vacuum cleaner after 2 years, claiming false advertising. Their complaint? The box said powerful suction, but it didn't suck up my marriage problems. They were completely serious. The return was denied, but they were offered the phone number for a therapist. They hung up offended. 10. A customer demanded their car wash be free because the rain did half the work last week. They literally argued that nature pre-washing their car meant the business owed them a discount. When told that's not how any of this works, they threatened a bad review. The manager replied, "Go ahead, this story is too good not to share." The review appeared. The response went viral. 11. A man tried to get a hotel room for free by claiming he saw a ghost. The hotel security showed him footage of himself wearing a white sheet in the hallway, clearly trying to create his own haunting. He was charged double for property disruption. Turns out cosplaying Casper doesn't qualify as paranormal activity. 12. Someone ordered a custom birthday cake, picked it up, took it to their party, and returned the empty box the next day, demanding a refund because the birthday girl didn't like chocolate. The bakery pointed out that A, she specifically ordered chocolate, B, the cake was clearly eaten, and C, there were photos on social media of everyone enjoying it. Request denied. Dignity lost. 13. A woman claimed her coffee was too hot and demanded compensation. The barista had written the temperature on the cup per her specific request, 145 degrees, which she had insisted on. She tried to argue it should have cooled down faster. "Ma'am, thermodynamics isn't optional. You got exactly what you ordered." 14. A customer bought concert tickets, attended the entire show, sang along to every song, and then filed a chargeback claiming they never received the tickets. Their Instagram story told a different tale. 47 photos and videos from the concert, all time-stamped. The chargeback was reversed and they were banned from the venue. Social media is not your friend when you're lying. 15. Someone tried to return a Christmas tree on December 26th, claiming it was dead. The tree was covered in ornaments, tinsel, and had clearly been used for weeks. When told returns weren't accepted on live plants, they argued, but it's not live anymore, so technically it's not a live plant. The mental gymnastics earned them nothing but a firm no. 16. A man demanded a refund on his gym membership because he didn't lose weight. When asked about his attendance, records showed he'd been twice in 6 months, both times just to use the bathroom. He tried to argue the gym should have motivated him more. Sir, motivation isn't included in the membership. That's on you. 17. A diner ate an entire meal, then claimed to find a bug in the last bite. The kitchen pulled up prep footage showing every stage of the meal preparation, all bug-free. Plot twist. Another customer at a nearby table had witnessed them place something from their pocket onto the plate. They were charged full price and asked to leave immediately. 18. Someone bought a dress, wore it to a formal event with tags hidden inside, and tried to return it the next day. The evidence against them? They were tagged in 50-plus Facebook photos wearing it, and there was deodorant residue and perfume all over it. The store had a no-worn items policy. Return denied, and they kept the dress and their shame. 19. A customer claimed their smoothie made them sick and demanded a refund plus medical expenses. The smoothie shop's records showed they'd ordered the exact same smoothie 3 times that week with 0 complaints. When confronted with this, they switched tactics. Well, the 4th one was the bad one. That's not how food poisoning works, buddy. 20. A man tried to return a generator after a power outage ended, claiming he never needed it. The generator had clearly been used extensively, with oil stains, scratches, and the fuel tank still half full. When the store refused, he argued, "But the emergency is over now." Yes, sir, and so is your return window and your credibility. 21. Someone demanded a free meal because they didn't like how the waiter breathed. Not that the waiter was breathing loudly or anything, just that his breathing pattern was off-putting. When the manager asked for clarification, they said, "He exhaled too confidently." The manager responded, "So, he was alive?" Yes, that's a requirement for employment here. 22. A woman bought an expensive blender, used it daily for 3 months to make smoothies for her Juice Cleanse Instagram account, then tried to return it, claiming it was defective. The defect? It made me realize I don't actually like juice cleanses. That's called a personal revelation, not a product defect. Return denied. 23. A customer ordered food delivery, ate everything, then claimed it never arrived. The delivery driver's photo showed the food handed directly to them, and the GPS confirmed the location. When the restaurant sent them the proof, they responded, "That's an invasion of my privacy." No, that's documentation of your scam attempt. 24. Someone tried to get a free tattoo removal by claiming the artist misspelled their tattoo. The problem? There was a signed consent form with the exact spelling, a stencil photo showing the design on their skin before tattooing, and text messages from them saying, "Perfect, exactly what I wanted." Some regrets you have to pay for, literally. 25. A man demanded his money back from a movie theater because the ending was predictable. He sat through the entire 2-hour film, stayed for post-credit scenes, and then complained. When told this wasn't grounds for a refund, he threatened to spoil the ending for people in line. He was escorted out by security. Enjoy your purchased ticket, sir? 26. A customer claimed their phone was defective because social media was addictive. They demanded a refund, arguing the manufacturer should have warned them that having internet access would be so compelling. When told that's not a defect, they genuinely asked, "So you're saying it's working as intended?" Yes, that's exactly what everyone is saying. 27. Someone bought a plant, forgot to water it for 2 months, and tried to return the dead plant for a refund. When asked about care instructions, they admitted, "I thought low maintenance meant no maintenance." The store clerk gently explained that even low-maintenance plants need water to, live. Refund denied. Biology wins again. 28. A woman ate at a buffet for 90 minutes, going back for multiple plates, then claimed the food was terrible and demanded her money back. The manager pointed out that she'd eaten approximately $60 worth of food from an $18 buffet. Her defense? I was trying to give it multiple chances. That's not how taste testing works when you're consuming industrial quantities. 29. A customer tried to return a tent after a camping trip, claiming it wasn't waterproof. The tent was covered in mud, had stakes missing, and smelled like campfire. When shown their own Instagram posts about their amazing waterproof tent from the trip, they shifted tactics. Well, it could have been more waterproof. It kept you dry. That's literally the job. 30. Someone demanded a refund on their shoes because they didn't make me run faster. They'd worn them for 6 months, run a marathon in them, and posted progress photos on social media. When told athletic shoes don't contain actual superpowers, they seemed genuinely disappointed. Sir, you need training, not magic shoes. 31. A man tried to get a free meal by claiming he found a hair in his soup. The restaurant was immediately suspicious because the soup was literally vegetable broth, completely transparent. He claimed it was at the bottom. They drained the soup in front of him. No hair. He then tried to argue about emotional distress from thinking there might have been a hair. He paid full price. 32. A customer bought a couch, used it for 8 months, then tried to return it because it doesn't match my new apartment. When told that's not a valid return reason, they claimed it was defective. The defect? It's the wrong color. The color they specifically ordered and signed for upon delivery. That's not a defect. That's buyer's remorse with extra steps. 33. Someone tried to get a free haircut by claiming the stylist cut it too short. The evidence against them? They'd brought in a photo requesting that exact length, approved it during the cut, tipped the stylist, and posted a selfie saying, "Love my new haircut." The salon showed them their own social media. Awkward silence followed. They paid. 34. A woman demanded compensation because her psychic reading didn't come true. When told psychics aren't guarantees, she argued she should get her money back plus damages for false hope. The psychic responded, "I saw this coming and warned myself not to book you." Sometimes the prediction is self-fulfilling. 35. A customer bought a bicycle, rode it in a charity event, and tried to return it the next day claiming it was harder than expected. The bike had 200 miles on it, scratches from use, and their race number was still attached. When confronted, they said, "I thought it would have electric assist. It's a regular bike. That's what you bought. No refund." 36. Someone ordered a custom portrait, approved all the drafts, picked up the finished piece, hung it in their home, and then 3 months later demanded a refund because it doesn't capture my essence. The artist had photos of them beaming with joy at pickup. What changed? The cost? Yes, they saw a better artist's work online. That's not grounds for a refund. That's called envy. 37. A man tried to get a free hotel stay by claiming there were bed bugs. The hotel immediately quarantined the room and called an exterminator. No bed bugs found, but they did find a small bag of dead bugs in his luggage. He'd brought his own evidence. Security footage confirmed it. He was charged for the exterminator visit and banned from the chain. 38. A customer demanded a refund on their wedding dress because the marriage didn't work out. The dress had been worn at the wedding, preserved and stored for 2 years before the divorce. When told that's not how retail works, she argued, "But it was a waste of money now." Ma'am, that's between you and your ex, not the bridal shop. There you have it. 38 people who thought they could outsmart the system but ended up outsmarting only themselves. From staged injuries to fake allergies, from bringing their own bugs to forgetting their social media exists. These freeloaders prove that the internet never forgets, and security cameras never lie. Now it's your turn. Drop a comment with the most ridiculous freeloader attempt you've ever witnessed. And if you've ever worked retail or food service, we know you have stories that could fill a sequel. Smash that like button if you've never tried to scam a business with a obviously fake complaint. And subscribe to remind yourself that no matter how bad your day is, at least you didn't try to return a dead plant you forgot to water for 2 months while demanding a refund. Stay honest, folks, because the universe has cameras everywhere, and your Instagram account is not your friend when you're lying.